Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin and you're watching Likeable Cocktails. Alright, we are starting off a brand new series of drinks. Now this time, it's all about the Spritz. Now everybody kind of fell in with the Aperol Spritz last summer, so I'm going to show you how to make a couple of variations on that cocktail just as tasty and just as interesting. So stick with me because I've got two cocktails coming up for you. Now with the Aperol Spritz being a fairly simple cocktail to make at home, you really only need 2, maybe 3 ingredients for it. Now these couple of cocktails I'm about to show you are exactly the same. Just gonna use a couple of ingredients to make a great drink. Now with these two cocktails, for our fizzy element, I'm gonna be using Lambrusco. Now Lambrusco is a great red sparkling wine served chilled. It's great on its own, but it's also great in a Spritz style cocktail. Now for this, you don't need any fancy equipment, you just need a glass to serve your drink in. Now you can use a rocks glass like this, you can use a wine glass, it's really your personal preference. So the first variation I'm going to show you is a Lambrusco Spritz with Aperol. So what you want to do is load up your glass with some ice. So for this first variation, much like the Aperol Spritz, we're going to be using Aperol. So you're going to take your Aperol and use about 1 ounce of this straight onto the ice. Now to this, I'm gonna add just a little bit of soda water. I would say probably about 1.5 ounces. Now to change this up from a standard Aperol Spritz, we're gonna top it off with some Lambrusco. I'm gonna give it a quick mix and top it off with a slice of grapefruit. So simple and so easy, you have your first variation on the Aperol Spritz, a Lambrusco Aperol Spritz. Now if you're feeling adventurous, for our second variation, we're going to do the same cocktail, just slightly different. So again, we're going to take our glass and load it up with some ice. Now instead of adding some Aperol, we're going to switch over to Amaro. Now Amaro is a great Italian aperitif. It's very herbaceous, it's got some nice dry citrus notes to it. It's really quite tasty on its own, but it's also really nice in a Spritz style cocktail. So again, I'm going to add 1 ounce of this Amaro. Now I'm using a local Amaro. If you want to use something like an Amaro Montenegro or an Averna, that will work too. So 1 ounce of this right into the glass. Now for this variation, I'm going to ditch the soda water and go straight to the Lambrusco. So I'm going to top off this cocktail with Lambrusco. And again, for a nice finish, I'm going to stir this up and add a lemon slice right on top. And there we go. We have our second variation on the Aperol Spritz using Lambrusco. This one being your Amaro Spritz. Cheers! So here we have 2 variations on a great cocktail, the Aperol Spritz. We have our Lambrusco Aperol Spritz and we have our Lambrusco Amaro Spritz. So give it a try at home and let me know how it goes. So make sure you hit like and follow along for more recipes here on Likeable Cocktails and more Spritz variations to come. Cheers!